Well, the worst is always if you rescue a whole litter that turns out to be sick. So we have had, of course, parvo litters come through Three Sisters where puppies are very, very sick and some of them don't live. That is not only a really disheartening thing, but it's also incredibly expensive to the rescue. Deliver in our care a litter of 9 that were all variously affected with something called wobbly kitten syndrome. And we lost a couple of those kittens. They were so badly affected, and then all of them needed additional vet care, and of course they become hard to place when they have something like that. So that kind of a situation presents emotional challenges as well as financial challenges. It's rare, but it does happen. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just turns out not to be a good fit. We screen pretty carefully, and we do not place animals with people that have a history of relinquishing for frivolous reasons or, getting pets that they couldn't handle and that sort of thing. So it's not a real common thing. Generally, when we're looking for an adopter, we're looking for somebody who has a history of long-lived pets that they kept for their whole life. Or that at least shows a potential for that, so if it's a young person who hasn't done that yet, we want somebody who has a relatively stable lifestyle. But even provided that, too, sometimes things happen, people lose their homes unexpectedly or whatever, and we'll get a call even years later if we can help with rehoming a pet that we sent out. Jackie, Jill, and I were all fostering or volunteering for different institutions, shelters, and so forth. And then at one point we all decided that we should go out on our own, that we would be more effective as a fostering group if we had more control of our own vet care and choices of who to rescue and that sort of thing. Things like food and toys and, maybe a leash and a bed, for the pet. But Three Sisters retains responsibility for vet care. And then Three Sisters screens the adopters and places the pet. One of the Three Sisters will do that. And the adoption fee comes back into the rescue in order to help cover vet expenses. By far, our biggest expense is vet care. There's no question about it. I mean, I probably spend about $450 a month at PetSmart, but that's, that doesn't light a candle to what we spend going to various vet clinics and vet centers. We've been doing this for 6 or 7 years, I want to say now, and we've placed about 1,600 animals at last count that I looked at, both dogs and cats. I don't know what the natural run out will be for Three Sisters. I mean, for myself, I will probably foster pets until we retire to a smaller place. But I still think that we would always be involved in some kind of rescue-related activity, such as driving on transports or going into shelters to volunteer. Those kinds of things are necessary too. It's a really big team effort, and we're just one little cog in that wheel.